Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. For today's episode, we're going to look at 3 more advanced or at least intermediate level exercises to help with cervicogenic dizziness, especially when you have dizziness with rotating to the right or rotating to the left. Previous episode, we looked at some basic exercises you could do in a severe case. This is going to be a continuation. It's part 2. Let's get into it and let's look at 3 advanced exercises to stop your dizziness. Before we get too deep into today's video, I wanted to take a moment and define cervicogenic dizziness. Cervicogenic dizziness is also commonly referred to as cervical vertigo. In 1955, there were 2 doctors named Ryan and Cope, and they did some experimenting on their upper neck. They took anesthetic drugs and injected it into the upper neck, and they found that this induced a dizziness and loss of balance to the side that they injected. So if they injected the right side of the neck, they would lose balance to that right side. So these doctors named this cervical vertigo. Since then, now most people refer to this as cervicogenic dizziness. It's a condition in which a painful condition, arthritis, injury, motor vehicle accident, all of these things could cause a disruption of the neck, especially the upper neck, and this could lead to dizziness and disequilibrium. In the base of the head, you have nerve receptors called proprioceptors, and proprioceptors play a big role in your balance system. So the thought is, if you injure your upper neck and your neck is sore, it disrupts proprioception, and that could lead to problems with dizziness, disequilibrium, vertigo, etc. You also may find that tracking objects that are moving could cause a disturbance in your eyes, where your eyes do this little flicker back and forth. That could be common as well. Signs and symptoms that you have an upper neck disorder, besides dizziness, also accompany things like headaches, TMJ tightness, nausea, and obvious neck pain. So if you have some of these symptoms, history of maybe an injury to your neck, or maybe an arthritic condition, or maybe you just worked at an office for a long time and it put a lot of pressure on your neck, and you notice you get one of the 3, right? Headaches, dizziness, or nausea, or maybe TMJ tightness. All of these are classic signs and symptoms of upper cervical dysfunction, and that can make you a candidate for possible cervicogenic dizziness. Now we'll get back into the video. Well, welcome back to another episode of Physio Tips with Mauro. I'm your host, Mauro Burnett, physical therapist and owner of Australian Physiotherapy Specialist, Physical Therapy Center located here in Jacksonville, Florida. For today's episode, it's going to be like a continuation of our last episode, dizziness with rotation, really common, very bothersome for a lot of people. For the first episode, we looked at people that maybe have dizziness with rotation right off the bat. We looked at some techniques to loosen up your neck with an upper cervical snag technique. We also looked at a couple strengthening techniques for your deep neck flexors. Now, let's go with a scenario that you've done some of those exercises, you're getting a little bit stronger through the neck, and you can rotate pretty decently without being too dizzy, but you're still having some problems with quick motion. Here's going to be phase 2. First exercise we're going to call central gaze. If I take my thumb and I look at my thumbnail, my eyes are targeting there. I'm going to go, to start with, I'm going to go slowly. A little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. Make sure it's pain-free. Make sure it's dizzy-free. If I go too quickly and I start to get dizziness, I've got to slow it back down. If I can't do it at all without becoming dizzy, then I would say hold on that one and go back to some of those more basic exercises. Another good detail is that oftentimes in a vestibular clinic, you might see someone holding a card or holding their thumb up, but having your arm lifted in the air automatically puts stress on your neck. So for cervicogenic dizziness, dizziness triggered by upper neck pain, here's a good detail. Look at something on the wall, relax your shoulders, and now keep your eyes looking straight ahead. This could be a sticky note that you put on the wall, but this is going to be much more comfortable for your neck to keep your arms by your side. Don't lift your arms. That's a good detail. Remember, you get great details like this on Physio Tips with Mauro. We're coming for you, Bob and Brad, even though you are the most famous therapists on the internet. We're going to hopefully slip in number 2, hopefully very soon. Okay, so that's our central gaze, right to left. Now, our second exercise, if I have 2 objects, I kind of do a lateral turn with my eye, and then I turn and look at that object. Then I look at the other one, and then I turn that way. Look to the right, turn to the right, look to the left, turn to the left. Again, same advice. Holding my arms up puts stress on my neck. We're talking about cervicogenic dizziness. So in this scenario, if I look to the right, turn to the right, look to the left, turn to the left. And again, I could use maybe 2 sticky notes on the wall, or if you have a painting in your living room, you could look at maybe the sides of the painting. But you look to one object, turn to it, look to the other, and then turn. As long as it's not making your neck too sore or making you too dizzy, you could easily do this exercise and build up to where you could do 3 sets of 10. Same with the central gaze exercise. Build up to where you could do 3 sets of 10, and this could easily be a twice-a-day exercise. The muscles at the base of your head provide stability for your upper neck, the suboccipital muscles. The suboccipital muscles have 2 actions. They do rotation, and they do, that's funny, I said rotation, and that's extension. They do extension, and they do rotation. So for these central gaze and this lateral gaze exercise, that's pretty nice for giving you the rotation component. Let's take a moment. We're going to hit one of these therapy tables, and I'll show you another exercise that you can do to target the extension component of the upper cervical muscles to stop your dizziness with rotation. Okay guys, for this exercise, I'm going to get on a 4-point kneeling position on my wrists and on my hands. Already, I'm engaging some of the important stabilizing muscles of my shoulder blades and scapula, which help in neck control. So we mentioned before that rotation is helpful. Some of those exercises we did where you do the lateral gaze, where you look and turn and you look and turn, I could do this with my hands. I look to my right hand, turn to my right hand, look to my left hand, and turn to my left. Look to the right, turn to the right, look to the left, and turn to the left. I'll give you kind of a view from this point. I look to the right, turn to the right, look to the left, turn to the left, right? So I'm on my hands and knees position. My hands are here. I look to the right, turn to the right, look to the left, turn to the left. And we could easily do that in the 4-point kneeling position. Another one that we could do in the 4-point kneeling position is a simple exercise to strengthen the extension of my base of my head. I lower my head, nice and easy, maybe like I'm looking down at this center of the table, and then I gently come back up to my fingertips. Look down, and then gently back up. Build up to where you can do 3 or 4 sets of 10. Even just doing this once a day, that's a great exercise to help improve your cervical extensor strength and improve your rotation. Well, thanks for watching today's video on advanced eye-head coordinated exercises to decrease dizziness with rotation. Hope you got something out of it. Remember, you can subscribe to our channel to receive more videos like this in the future. Don't forget to hit that like button. That helps us out. And we'll see you next time on Physio Tips tomorrow.